Now you've got a third letter from this alleged tipster. They've now said they want nearly double the money, or another, 30 some odd percent more, after you were told yesterday there would be no more contact. What do you make of this latest email? I mean, do you think this is the same person, and do you have any better feel for the veracity of it?
Yeah. Yes, I think it's the same person. And forgetting about what I feel about the veracity, I'm going to tell you something. The FBI, and I'm going to go back to the ransom letter first, they are intensely interested in this first ransom letter that we got. I can tell you that. I'm not going to be more specific. They are intensely interested in that ransom letter. They are also interested in these 3 emails we've received from this man who says he knows exactly who and where the kidnapper is. Can I run this down? There's quite a bit here, but I think it's important. So This man sent us an email about noon today, Pacific time. And basically he says, I don't try to tell he said he wants TMZ essentially to tell the FBI that he doesn't trust the FBI and he knows the FBI doesn't trust him. So he says that's why he's going to go through TMZ. He says he wants the $100,000 reward, but he wants it his way. What he wants is a fraction of a Bitcoin worth $50,000 immediately put in his name or put in his account. And we have that. It's the same Bitcoin address as the other 2 emails we got. And he said he will then immediately provide, this is a quote, Aaron, the name of the main individual along with his information for you to track. I could just see by a gesture you made, you got that word main. I found that really interesting because he's suggesting more than one person, but this is the main individual. He also says he will not touch the $50,000 until an arrest is made. And once that happens, they can then deposit the other 50 and he'll take the money. He goes on to say that he's gambling his safety and his possible freedom. The way I read that is that they might think he's somehow implicated, that he's, close to the flame or something like that. But he talks about, compromising his possible freedom. Some ominous references to Nancy, to be honest with you. But then I got to read this, and I haven't really publicized this yet, but I'm going to tell you what this says. Okay. It says that, he said, the manhunt of the main individual that can give you all the answers, be prepared to go international.
All right, folks, buckle up, because what we just heard in that Forbes breaking news interview with Harvey Levin is explosive. And I don't use that word lightly. The founder of TMZ just went on air and revealed brand new developments in the Nancy Guthrie kidnapping case. And some of these details, they completely change the direction of this story. Let's break this down. First of all, there's now a third email from this alleged tipster. This person claims they know exactly who kidnapped Nancy. Not just that they say they know where this person is. But here's where it gets interesting. They want $100,000. And they want half of it, $50,000, in Bitcoin up front. Same Bitcoin address as the previous emails. They claim they won't even touch the money until an arrest is made. Now let's pause. That is either someone trying to sound credible or someone who is dangerously close to the situation. And when Harvey said the FBI is intensely interested in that original ransom letter and these emails, that tells you something. The FBI does intensely investigate random nonsense. Here's another bombshell. The tipster didn't just say the kidnapper. He said the main individual. Main. That implies more than one person. And that's huge, because up until now, a lot of the public narrative started focusing on that one person seen on the doorbell footage. But just because one person shows up on camera doesn't mean this was a solo operation. Kidnappings, especially calculated ones, are rarely random, sloppy, one-man jobs. This could be coordinated. And if that's the case, we are looking at something much bigger. Then came the line that made me sit up straight. Be prepared to go international.
Well-intentioned, and maybe some in those tips are going to lead them to the actual people or person involved. Has the FBI told you what to do here? I mean, are they just taking these letters from you and being interested? Are they telling you to respond? Are you responding? I mean, is there a two-way street with this individual right now?
No, at least not with us. And I don't think with them either. These email addresses do not yield fruit.
Okay. All right. Now, because you identified the backpack 24 hours before law enforcement, and we went and got one to look at it, what could fit and everything, Harvey, we went to the, Walmart and got it, the $10.88 Ozark backpack. You were the first to find that. You also now believe you've identified the jacket worn by the suspect. So what have you found there? We haven't confirmed those details yet.
Yeah, so here's what we're looking at. Initially, we saw this Aero Hex windbreaker, which we thought it might be, and there were similarities to it. We've been digging all day. We think this is called the Athletic Works Fusion Knit Jacket. And if you compare the qualities of this jacket, it's a Walmart jacket, which is interesting. It is a Walmart jacket. It's made of fleece, and we're trying to compare the two things. It's got the same black horizontal stripe as what the kidnapper is wearing, the same type of zipper. The material matches and the pockets match. And it is looking to us like this Athletic Works Fusion Knit Jacket from Walmart is what it looks like this kidnapper is wearing.
Okay, now the Athletics Fusion wear. So Harvey, I don't know if you know the answer to this. First of all, many crucial things there, but the obvious one is Walmart, right? That would imply that the person went and bought all. Now we don't know how long ago they did, and maybe they went and bought them all together. It's possible. It's possible, and then Walmart really would be able to find this because now you've got a jacket and a backpack together. If they did buy them, one of the things that stood about the backpack was that it was $10.88. Okay, at Walmart, which is about as inexpensive as a backpack can get. Do you have a sense of what the athletic wear fusion jacket costs?
Can I be indelicate for a minute? Alexa, do we know what that jacket costs? My producer who worked on this is not in the room right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, when they get it, just they can yell it over and you'll just jump in on whatever we're talking about and share it.
If you guys see this, let me know.
Yeah, calling her.
Okay,
they're calling her right now.
Okay, great. So we're the newly surfaced doorbell camera that I want to show you now, Harvey, is from about a house 6.5 miles away. It's one of the many videos the FBI is looking into. Now, we're going to blur the man's face on this video, but you can clearly see his movements. Now, can you walk us through what we're looking at in this particular video? We're showing it. This is on a Ring camera. So this, again, I want to just emphasize, man is being blurred here, but you can clearly see his movements. And this is a house about 6.5 miles away from the Guthries. Why could this be significant, Harvey?
Well, they're looking for anything, and we're not connecting the dots, but they are looking for suspicious activity. This was recorded 8 days before Nancy's kidnapping, and this man clearly is skulking around, and he caught the neighbor's attention. The dog started to bark. So this is something that we're told authorities are looking at. And, we showed you one yesterday. Aaron, look, there are one or two things that are going on here. Either this is a robbery gone bad, or it was a targeted kidnapping. And it's just, I'm just going to give you an opinion now. It's just weird to me that this is just a robbery. Because when you look at the guy at Nancy's door, he's got this holster and this gun around his crotch, and that's not that's not the way that you hold a gun. So he seems very awkward with this gun. I don't know. He just doesn't feel like this trained robber, and it just, you can look at all these other people, but that doesn't mean that person is committing a robbery here and a robbery there. It presumes that this is somebody who's robbing people in the neighborhood. And I don't know that the goods are there to assume that. I just don't. Yeah.
All right. Well, Harvey, thank you very much.
Two other things. What did you say? $27 for that jacket.
$27 for the jacket. Okay. $10.88 for the backpack, $27 for the jacket. Okay.
And then the final thing I just want to say is we have not confirmed with law enforcement that that is the jacket or that's their operating theory. It's just what we've been doing, and it looks very much like that to us. So I just want to make that clear.
No, I think, and it's important to make that clear. Obviously, you're right about the backpack 24 hours ahead, but I know this is, with all your reporting, what it seems like we don't yet know that that's real, and that they haven't confirmed it. All right, Harvey, thank you very much.
Harvey immediately pointed out the proximity to the Mexican border. Tucson is roughly 30 miles from Mexico. Now, nobody is saying definitively that's where this goes. But if this suspect crossed the border, that changes everything. Jurisdiction, coordination, diplomatic layers, time delays. That becomes a completely different level of investigation. And that phrase wasn't random. You don't say, go international, unless you're implying someone left the country. Now here's the moral dilemma. Do you roll the dice and pay the $50,000 to see if this person delivers real information? Or do you refuse and potentially mislead? $50,000 is a lot of money, but compared to someone's life, compared to answers for a family, that's a different calculation. At the same time, if this is a scammer, you fund criminal behavior and muddy the waters of the investigation. This is exactly why law enforcement has to tread carefully. Now, let's talk about something that might seem small, but could actually be massive. TMZ previously identified the $10.88 Ozark backpack before law enforcement publicly confirmed it. That's impressive investigative work. Now, they believe the jacket worn by the suspect is a $27 Athletic Works Fusion knit jacket, also from Walmart. Same stripe, same zipper, same fleece material, same pocket design. If both items were purchased at Walmart, that creates a traceable transaction trail. Surveillance, receipts, timestamps, credit card data. Even cash purchases can sometimes be narrowed down by location and time. This could be one of those tiny details that blows the case wide open. Then there's the new Ring camera footage, 6.5 miles away. 8 days before the kidnapping, a man skulking around a home, dog barking, suspicious behavior. Now is it connected? We don't know. But here's the thing. When you see pre-incident scouting behavior in crimes, it's often testing, seeing who notices, checking cameras, learning patterns. If this was a targeted kidnapping, not a robbery gone wrong, that footage becomes much more important. Harvey made an interesting observation. He said the suspect didn't handle the gun like a trained robber. The holster placement, the awkward positioning, that detail stuck with me. If this wasn't professional robbery, then what was it? Targeted, personal, planned. And if it was targeted, the motive becomes everything. Here's what we still don't know. Is this tipster legitimate? Is the ransom letter real? Was this a coordinated effort? Did the suspect flee internationally? Was this a random crime or something deeply personal? What we do know is this. The FBI is paying attention. The details are getting sharper, and the timeline is expanding. This case is evolving fast. And if even one of these clues turns out to be real, especially the international angle or the main individual, comment, we could be looking at a major break. Drop your thoughts below. Do you think the tipster is legit? Would you pay the $50,000? Do you think this was targeted? Make sure you subscribe because we're going to stay on top of this story as it develops. Justice matters. Truth matters. And someone out there knows exactly what happened.